everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this super pretty bow. The closest translation of all of the versions that I've seen is wealth bow, so I'm going to refer to it as that for now, but I may change it in the future. So like I said, this is the bow shape that we're going for, and the measurements are, if you've got double-sided ribbon, so like I said, if you've got ribbon that's entirely one colour both sides, like the yellow, then you can use 4 times 16 centimetres. If you've got a pattern ribbon where you can see through the pattern on the back, then you'd need 4 times 8, and obviously you'd need 4 pattern and 4 plain, but all the measurements will be in the description below, so don't worry about that too much. And I've got a piece that I pinned earlier just for guidance, so we can get things done a little bit quicker than just watching me for hours. So as you can see, what I've done for all my pieces, we've got the colour piece on top, the plain coloured at the bottom. I've heat sealed my layers together like so and pinched. Be careful not to burn yourself, and always stick to the clear blue part of the flame when you're sealing your ends. Like I said, be very careful with your fingers, because I have burnt myself a few times recently, as you can see from my battle scars. There we go. So I've done that to all 4 pieces. Obviously we started off with 8, we've now got 4. So this is a piece that's already pinned, and you can glue this, but I've pinned instead because I'm not a big fan of glue, as we all know, I've mentioned before. So what you want to do is on your coloured side, and I've purposely chosen a print that hasn't got like a pattern that's one way or the other way up, because it's a little bit easier. So you take this layer and you want that facing along here. Take your plain colour, so you've got your pattern facing that way and your plain facing up, and I pin at a diagonal. Like so, and we're also going to pin up against this line here for guidance and to keep everything in place as we're making and putting all our stitches in later. Okay, so there's first 2 pins, and then the second one we want it to be inside both sides, and the easiest way to do this is no measurements needed. Fold to get your triangle like this. And pin. That's 4 centimetres, which is just the amount that you need for your pin. And then we're going to do exactly the same this way. Fold that up and pin just here, and again that's exactly 4 centimetres. I'll show you. There you go. As you can see, 4. Like I said, it's a little trick for you if you ever need that 4 centimetres, or anytime you want a similar measurement to what your start ribbon is, because this is all 1.5 inch ribbon. Just fold and pin for a direct triangle. Okay, so just going to move those out of the way. So what you need to do now is obviously your pattern ribbon facing upwards, and this ribbon around here. Now the reason for this pin is when we wrap it round, it comes here as a guide, and that's where you need to wrap your this bit around. So take this round, and you want to bring it forward, and obviously it's not going to be sat like this, we're going to do it at an angle, but like I said, wrap round like so. And then what you want to do is, using that pin as a guide, you use that to angle it up like so. So you want that going against that top plain line here, and then you turn it so that this bit starts to line up, okay, with that pin still sitting against the plain colour. And you need roughly, it is about a centimetre overlap. Okay, so once you're happy that's in place and you've got it so it's lined up level, we want to pin that through so it doesn't move, and then take this back piece you coloured and you want to level that up like so. So from above, bring it round so it's exactly lined up with that piece that we just did there. That's what your front looks like. This is what your back looks like. Back, front, and again, get everything lined up. Move that pin, and again on both pieces, this one we've just brought from the front, this one from the back, that overlap should still only be a centimetre on both sides. Okay, and then we just repeat exactly the same process for this side. Okay, so bring it round, wrap, use that as a guide to work out where you need to sort of bring your fold over and your turn. Turn that down, get your line straight, new pin, 1 centimetre overlap. Let's do it the wrong way around. Yep, there we go. Bring this down, there's a little bit of fraying there, so I'll just sort that out. Like I said, bring that down, meet it up with that one, that side, get all your pieces level, line it all up against there. There we go. At this point you can move this one out of the way, just to stop you stabbing yourself when you're sewing. Okay, so then we want to take our needle and thread, and I always double thread, and I use extra strength, Goodband's extra strength polyester based thread. You can use upholstery thread and pearl thread, they're all stronger than standard cotton, and it's always worth spending that a little bit extra and getting the strong strength ones. Okay, so what we want to do is, again, before we put any stitches in whatsoever, we start from this corner where the curves have both come together. Okay, make sure all 4 layers are together, and you want to be making sure you're going through all 4 of them, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's actually 6. So I will show you the stitches once I've got them in, otherwise I'll get distracted when I'm counting. And again, make sure your layers are all together and you're not missing anything at all. Your last one should be coming through that corner, and again it'll be capturing those 4 layers there. Okay, and I will show you the stitch pattern in just a second. So in 1, 2, 3, 4, out. Okay, and I will just get a little there you go. So can you see? In, 1, 2, over, 4, out, and the back you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, it's a bit hard to see on this particular one, but we repeat exactly the same on the other side. Like I said, pull your layers together so that they're all 4 from above. 1, 2, 3, 4. you always want a stitch going over the two where we did that centimetre overlap. You want to be going in one side and out the other of that. Take that out. And we can take our extra pins. That's all in place now. There we go, so it's exactly the same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, out, which is exactly what we've just done. And again, the back has got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we have got a bit of fraying on this, so just going to make sure my thread's out of the way. Just tidy that up a little bit. And then, this is what you should have a look at the minute. And we're going to cinch like so, and this is the look you'll get. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to do a complete stitch round because it's a bit difficult because there's quite a few layers, so just do as much through as you can on one side. Take that pin out there and there. There we go, get that nice and tight as humanly possible. The other thing I'm going to do, because as you can see it will pop open a little bit, so you can either glue it or you can do what I do, which is just a stitch over as close to the centre over one of the bumps that you can manage, so through one from beneath and across the other side. And like I said, you want to do really close to that centre, because when we wrap our middle in a minute we don't want to see the stitches. Don't want to see any of that at all. There we go. So this is the look of the front of your bow. And this is what it looks at the back. Obviously you get these like loopy bits here. Okay, but this is what you'll be looking for in your middle, with the outside there, and then you've got the inner like pieces peeking out either side. Okay, so just stitch off in the back, however you prefer. And then, like I said, you can either put your centre on like so from now, or you can add an optional half pinwheel. And for this size, I like to do a 5-inch template. Because it's the perfect size for the base bow for this one. Just re-thread tie my throw. There we go. So, here's one I pinned earlier. So as you can see, I'll just get my roller and tell you how much you need for the... That's 30. So 45 centimetres for your wrapping your half pinwheel, and you can do either direction. Just pin about an inch over and clip, and then fold round. And as you can see, you cross it over there. You want that bit just there, round, pin this side. Okay. And then from above, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Try and keep your stitches even. 6, 7 and 8, back up. Like I said, the rule is if you come in from above, you come from the out from above. So 1, 2, 3, in, 1, 2, 3, out, and on the back you should have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then we can take our clips off, slip that down the template, cinch it in like so, wrap around a couple of times, and then stitch off in the back however you prefer. Try not to stab yourself like I do. Told you I've been in the craft walls just recently. There we go. And I always leave my base bow as they are until I've put them behind my bows, just to see how much I need to cut down and things like that before I actually physically do it, because I prefer to make sure I've got enough length on everything and things like that before I adjust things. So I always thread through my bows. You can glue. It's entirely whatever you are more comfortable with. But from beneath, I go straight through the centre, like so. Pull that all the way through. Straight through the centre of your main bow. Bring them together. And then wrap around a good couple of times, nice and tight, so that it's completely secure and everything sits how you want it to, like I said. And then I just do one stitch off in the back so that they're all nicely bound together. And as you can see, I have miscalculated on the length of one side of my tails, so we're going to adjust everything down so it's all even. So, as you can see, this tail is much, much longer. So let's work out how much this one is. That's 1 inch. That's 2. So, that's better. Double check again. 1,000 times better. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to angle these ones. You can curve, you can do spikes, whatever you personally prefer. I'm going to do a straight line like that. Don't forget to heat seal. And we're going to do the same this side. Straight across like so. I'm going to do that a little bit deeper, same as the other side. That's better. See how that end, and then I have got a clip ready all there. So we want a touch of glue just on the centre. Hold that to our base bow for a couple of seconds. You want to wait for that. Where is my... That was lucky. I actually had some cream 9mm nearby. Let's heat seal that end. Drop a glue there. Open our clip back up. Right on the centre. And we're going to wrap that round at least twice. And this is one of the ones where, as you see, because it's like a very circular centre, I'd advise putting a touch of glue just there to sort of hold your 9mm as we wrap it. Like so, but as you can see, it naturally dips. So this is the kind of bow that looks really pretty with like a beaded stitch centre, or some sort of embellishment to sort of hide how the middle pulls in. There we go. As you can see, it looks a bit better on the second wrap, but again, it's really important that when you do it, you're making sure that all your middle creases are completely pulled in and you can't see any of the creases pulling away from the centre. Because like I said, some of these particular bows naturally want to do that if you do the circular cinching. There we go. Got that a little bit extra off. Heat seal our end. Touch of glue there. And there we go. Give it a little bit of a fluff. Like so, and let's have a look. I've got a couple of centres. That one's actually going to work well, so use a touch of Gorilla Glue, and I like the one with the brush. Can you also use E6000? That's a really good one for metal based embellishments. But you do have to hold it in place with something for up to 24 hours to get it completely settled. I like this one because it stops me from gluing my fingers to my bows. Okay, get my glue stringies off my hand. And there we go, that is our super cute Wealth bow for now. Like I said, that is the back. This is your main bow. That's in this lovely, can you see? It's like rose print. Also got this little pretty yellow. Okay. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this and found this useful. If you need any more help or advice or anything like that, do feel free to join me on my Facebook page or my group. I'm always about and I'll answer any questions if you need anything. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye!